Let's talk summer skincare and summer makeup. I'm so excited about summer this year. I get to travel a lot. I've got a bunch of weddings to go to. But because of that, I'm a little nervous about my skin because it always gets out of whack when I am traveling. So to try and combat that, I recently met with Rachel at Ivy Wild Beauty to talk a little bit what I can do to help get in front of that this year. Okay, before I dive in, I want to talk a little bit about Ivy Wild Beauty. For those who don't know, Ivy Wild was started about a year ago by Rachel, and it focuses on all natural, organic skincare and beauty products. And every time I've gone in there, I've just had the best experience. Rachel is so knowledgeable in the skincare and makeup arena. And based off my skincare needs, she comes up with a product list, and like 10 out of 10, I'm obsessed with every single one. So if you live in the DC area, I highly recommend popping in there if you're having some trouble with your skincare. And for those not in the DC area, she just launched her e-commerce site, so you can shop a lot of these products right on her website at ivywildbeauty.com. Okay, now for the good stuff. I've already washed my face, but I wanted to show you guys what cleansers I've been using lately. I really like this one from Clinique. It's just their daily cleanser. It's really soft and gentle for everyday use. I've also really been loving the Skin Sensuals exfoliant. I use it probably every other day, depending on what my skin is looking like, but it does a really great job at just brightening your skin, clearing out any blemishes. So after my skin is all cleansed, I will move to my toner. I'm obsessed with this toner that Rachel recommended. It's by Jane Shivner. It's her Skin Foliate. It is just like incredible. And this really does exfoliate your skin. And I really, really love the smell. It's like almost chamomile. So I'll put this on morning and night. I'll move to my moisturizer / SPF. This is, again, another one that Rachel recommended that I've really been liking the last few weeks. It's this one from Sol de Tour. It's their SPF 45 moisturizer and SPF duo. SPF is super important in the summer. I'm kind of crazy about it, and this stuff is really nice. It lasts all day. And I feel like it's hard to find a moisturizer / SPF that does a good job of doing both. But this one really does a good job. It's keeping your skin moisturized, and it's SPF 45, so you know it's gonna be doing a good job of blocking those UV rays. To move to my primer. I sadly ran out of my Becca primer this morning, but I've talked about this primer before. It's a great under eye primer. It's from Becca Cosmetics. It does have a nice blue tint. See, I'm getting a little bit off the edges. But it just does a really great job of smoothing your under eyes. And next I'll go do my face primer. I'm still really loving this one from CoverFX. It's one with anti-acne treatment, and it does have a mattifying finish. So one of my biggest skincare concerns in the summer is discoloration. I get bad hyperpigmentation and sunspots. So I wanted something to help combat that, and Rachel recommended this serum from Odyssey. This is their hyperpigmentation with papaya and geranium. And she recommended that I add this to my foundation every day. I am a huge fan of the Vapor Organic Beauties foundation. I love the natural dewy look that it gives you, but I wanted something with a little bit fuller coverage and something that could probably withstand the summer heat a bit more, because I get super oily in the summertime. So Rachel recommended this Saint Cosmetics foundation, and I'm totally obsessed with it. So the foundation is a little bit thicker than I'm used to, but adding the couple drops of the serum is like the perfect balance. Mix that all up. And I've just been applying this with my fingers. Just think it's easier to apply. See, it's just a little bit more coverage than, say, the Vapor, and it doesn't give you as much of that dewy look, but it still looks very, very natural. Now after that's all rubbed in, I will go back and use my Vapor Organic stick around my under eyes. And again, This acts like almost a highlighter. So put it on my T-zone. And again, I just use my fingers for this. And when you do, if you are adding concealer like this around your T-zone and under your eyes, make sure to go down and almost do a V. That'll give you more of a natural look than just doing a circle under your eyes. Okay, now that it's blended in, you can kind of see the difference, right? Like my T-zone is much more dewy than the rest of my face, and that'll tone down a little bit once I put my setting powder on at the end, but I don't want to lose all the dewiness, so I like adding that little bit of vapor just around my T-zone to help make it pop. Okay, next I'll move to my bronzer slash contour. I've been using this Makeup Forever palette for what feels like forever. It's their sculpting kit. I've got almost, the bronzer's almost gone now, which is #sad. But I really like this stuff, and I like Makeup Forever's two-sided sculpting brush as well. So I'll take a little bit and fish face. So a little bit about my contour. I don't get too terribly crazy because I think it's a little overwhelming, but I do always do here at my cheekbone. Careful not to go too far up on your apple. That's why I think the fishy face helps define that. And then I go all on my hairline, connect down to my cheek, and then down my chin. If I'm feeling like I want to get more into it, I will take my pinky, put just a little bit of the bronzer on, and go right on the two sides of my nose. Careful not to go too far outside of your nose line, otherwise it's going to do the opposite and make your nose look a little bit bigger. So you just want to kind of follow your where your eyebrow meets your arch here, and just all the way down, and do the same on the other side. Okay, now that I'm all contoured, I'm going to move to blush. Again, another Ivy Wild Beauty favorite. This is from Ritual de Fil. It's the color Delirium. It's great for both cheeks and lip, and I love me a good dual product. I love this color. It's got a really nice peachy undertone. I think it's a great color for summer. So you just put a little bit on your finger and then go on the apple right above where we just contoured on your cheeks. I just love this color. It's not too red, not too pink. I think it's a great everyday shade for summertime. Again, it's the Delirium shade from their Inner Glow Cream Pigment. Okay, next I'm going to talk about eyes. In my last video, I mentioned that I hardly ever do eye makeup. It just really bugs my eyes. So when I went and talked to Rachel, I asked her a little bit about, do you have any eyeshadow recommendations? Do you have anything that's good for irritated eyes? And she recommended bronzer. Create just a little bit of dimension. So you take a round brush like this, so I'm just going to use the end of this sided brush, and you grasp it like this, make it almost flat. Go in your bronzer, and then just go right around your eyelid. Without having to do too much. So I think it just helps your eyes pop a little bit. And then at the end, I will put highlighter right under my eyebrows. So next is eyebrows. I mentioned this before, but I really like the Goof Proof Eyebrow Pencil from Benefit, especially if you're someone who's new to filling in your eyebrows or doesn't think they're doing a great job at it. This is a really great product. The application tip is really nice. It makes it super easy to apply. And applicator next. And I like to start in the middle of my eyebrow and work my way back to the front. Okay, just a few more steps. Next I'm gonna do my setting powder. I really like this compact version from Makeup Forever, and I just used a nice round brush from Sephora. Go ahead, and again with this, you don't wanna swipe because you're just gonna move all that makeup, so make sure you dab this on. And I try and focus mainly in my T-zone, and this will kind of blend your contour and blush a little bit. And see how it's taking some of that shine out? Okay, awesome. And then I'm gonna add my highlighter. I used this on my eyes as well. I really like this baked powder highlighter from Laura Mercier. And I will just do the same thing I almost did for my eyebrows. I take a round brush and I will flatten it. And I'll go right above where I added my blush here. So fishy face. And I like making it flat because I have a little bit more control of where the highlighter goes. And I also put it right around the curve of my eyebrow. As well as down the center of my nose. Okay, finishing touches are eyelash curler and lipstick. I'm going to be doing the same color I did on my cheeks on my lips. And that is it for this summer skincare and makeup look. I'll be tagging all my products and talking a little bit about the tips that Rachel shared with me on the blog. And a huge thank you to Rachel from Ivy Wild Beauty for helping me out.